Hi, I am volunteer trail maintainer Marty Stratton for the New York, New Jersey Trail Conference. This is my video diary of my Hardenberg Trail maintenance in the township of Hardenberg. Today is June 13th, 2010, a Sunday, a beautiful Sunday. My first volunteer trail maintenance assignment for this year for the New York, New Jersey Trail Conference. It is 12 noon at the trailhead of Hardenberg Trail in the Catskills Park of New York. And today I will begin my first assignment, as I stated, for the trail maintenance. And here's my motorcycle, a Kawasaki 650. The trip here was absolutely fantastic. My inspection of the motorcycle proves that everything is in good order. The only thing I need is some more oil. Other than that, everything is in perfect condition. And here are my tools, loppers and pruners. And I have a small pruning saw for all of the work. I've done my preliminary inspection. I'm also the volunteer supervisor for the Mongop Range and the Burroughs Range. My total area of coverage is approximately 25 miles on both trails, and it's going to be a beautiful day. This is the first day of 5 days of continuous trail maintenance from a small base camp located on the Hardenberg Trail, approximately a quarter mile north from here. And next time we meet, we'll be on the trail, or basically at the base camp before I perform the trail maintenance today. We'll see you again shortly. Happy trails. Hi. 15 minutes ago, I arrived at this base camp. This is a beautiful base camp, and I use it for all of my trail maintenance and my trail inspection operations. I will now show you the base camp. This is a small 1-foot wide fire pit. This is recommended over a fire ring because the wood or the fire sits at the bottom over here. It is much safer. There's also a small cooking area over here. Coals can be lifted onto this cooking area, and it can be used for cooking small meals. Overall, it only takes a little while to build it, and it has a small pile or small fire ring built on top of the fire pit for added safety. I also had enough time to set up my small one-man tent, and this works excellent. It's set up properly so that I'm prepared for the upcoming rainstorms. The weather report for this week includes 2 or 3 showers, 30-40% chance of rain, so this will be a very exciting trail maintenance operation. This is the XGK stove with the MSR fuel container. I use this to cook most of my meals. Most meals only take 3 minutes to prepare. The fire pit I showed a moment ago, that is only used in case I get caught in a storm or I'm soaking wet. Otherwise, the fire pit won't be used for anything. And I always hang my food up on a tree because of bears. I've heard all kinds of bear stories, and raccoons and possums and porcupines love food too. So it's important to remember that I'm in their living space and that the food has to be kept as high as possible. Oh, and as always, please, if you pack it in, please pack it out. In this picture, you can see the food supply. I've got about 15 pounds or so of food up there, and it has to be kept away from the possums and raccoons, even bears. It's really important to hang it up there because if you don't, you might end up with visitors, and I really don't like meeting my friends in their living room as much as I love the animals. That's just the way I am. And I'll show you the rest of the camp from a single view. We'll go back to the camp area. The food is stored at least 100 yards away from the campsite. I make that a habit. And there's the tent. And here's the cooking stove over here, the XGK stove with the espresso pot. I love having espresso in the morning before trail maintenance and trail inspections. And over there is the fire pit, which I use for keeping warm in case I get caught in the rainstorm. So now I'm going to go do my trail maintenance. And I should be back in 3 hours or so. So, happy trails until then. And thanks now. Good morning. It's about 8 a.m. this morning. And I'm going to explain what I'm going to do today as a trail maintainer and the tools I use. Yesterday was a great day. I did about 2.5 hours of trail work, and the weather was reasonable. I enjoyed it a lot. I got a lot of lopping done and some hedge trimming done. With the hedge trimmers, I trim the small undergrowth off the trail, and I'm going to show you now the tools that I use. This is a tool that I learned how to use from my previous trail supervisor, retired Doug Bowers. Doug Bowers explained to me that when we remove the saplings, it's important to dig both sides of the sapling where the ball is at the ground root level. Dig on the right side of the sapling ball and the left side, and then force the lopper down on the right side of the root and snap it on the right side, and then force the lopper down on the left side and snap that also, and then toss the sapling with its ball going. My other favorite tool is this, and this I learned how to use from my previous other supervisor, Cal Johnson. This is a handsaw, and it works fantastic for removing small limbs that fall onto the trail. It's a lot better than the bandsaw, and I've used the bandsaw for years, but this, you can't beat this because this has got super sharp edges, and there are small files that can be used for keeping the saw sharp. It's extremely important to sharpen the saw after every use or so, at least once a week, and it works fantastic. And another tool I learned how to use from Supervisor Cal Johnson is the extendable hedge shears. These are fantastic. They basically just, you twist them and open them up, and bingo, you can clip all of the leaves that are on the trail and small branches that extend out into the trail. And it's also good for clipping the mountain laurels and berry bushes. The most important thing I learned from my previous supervisor, Cal Johnson, was that it's highly recommended to get to the trail between June 15th and July 15th, when the mountain laurels, berry bushes, and briars are growing all over the trail. So, with that said, it's time to have a weather report. And I will now show you how important it is to get the weather report. Failure to pay attention to the weather can cause all kinds of problems. There's a story about Curse Ormsby, and you can look that up in a book. It tells about a very tragic event. Two hikers were stranded, and it had a very bad ending. But anyway, here's the weather report. This is a Yaesu VX3R ham radio. It has a weather radio built into it. In order to operate a radio like this one, you need a ham radio license. My call sign is KC2CWN, Kilo Charlie 2 Charlie Whiskey November. This radio also has AM and FM radio, and it can be used for 2-meter emergency communication or regular routine ham radio communication. It also has UHF built into it. It is a very low wattage power. The nice thing about working on the mountain is when you're on top of a mountain like the one I'm on, a small amount of power can send your signal out approximately 60 miles. So there's always somebody to communicate with. It's important to have communication when in a mountain range like the Catskills mountain range or Mongop mountain range or Burroughs mountain range inside the Catskills, because you never know what can happen. Somebody else might need help too. You might meet a hiker who is injured, or some other situation may come up. So with that said, I'll soon show you how the weather radio operates.
This forecast for Walton, Delhi, and vicinity. Today, mostly cloudy with a passing shower or two this afternoon. Highs in the lower 70s. West winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. Tonight, partly cloudy. Lows in the lower 50s. North winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. Tuesday, mostly sunny. Highs in the mid-70s. North winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Tuesday night, partly cloudy with a 30% chance of showers. Lows in the lower 50s. Southeast winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Wednesday, showers likely. Highs in the upper 60s. South winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. Chance of rain 70%. Wednesday night, showers likely. Lows in the lower 50s. Chance of rain 60%. Thursday, partly sunny with a 30% chance of showers. Highs in the mid-70s. Thursday night, mostly clear. Lows in the mid-50s. Here is the National Weather Service extended forecast for Walton, Delhi, and vicinity. Friday, mostly sunny. Highs in the lower 80s. Friday night, mostly clear. Lows in the upper 50s. Saturday, partly sunny with a chance of showers and thunderstorms. Highs in the mid-80s. Chance of rain 30%. Saturday night, partly cloudy with a chance of showers and thunderstorms. Lows in the upper 50s.
With that all said, hey, let's meet again after all the volunteer trail work has been done.